So for me, everything has started a couple of years ago, in 2021. I was severely depressed and also obese, around 125 kg. And walking outside like this is the first step I made towards getting better. I really think that quick walks that I took, like 20-30 minutes outside when I was depressed in my home doing nothing, is like at least 50% of the reason why I healed and I lost the weight and now I'm not depressed anymore. So that's why I'm making this video, is to convince you how important walking outside is, nature and everything. And if I manage to at least convince 2 people of how important it is, I'll be happy. So first thing is, obviously, by going outside, you have to move. That's not an option. You need to move if you want to go outside. You can take the car and everything, but it's not possible to go somewhere outside and stay outside without moving at least a little bit. And as you probably already know, moving is one of the most important things for your health and your life in general. So our bodies are literally meant to move, and by doing it, everything will be better. Your mood will be better, your health in general will be better, you'll feel better. You need to move if you want to be healthy and if you want to live well. That's a prerequisite. And another thing with walking outside and moving outside is that if you are outside in the sun like this, look at this, shining beautiful. If you are outside like this, you will have some sunlight in your body, fresh air in your lungs, and that's also very, very good for your health. Like, sunlight is good for your mood again, like it gives you vitamin D, which is essential to feel well, and also for your bones. Fresh air is also good for obvious reasons, like if you stay inside, the air sits and it's easier to catch disease and things like that. So that would be the main reasons why being outside is good. But in my opinion, there are things that we don't necessarily think about and that are great advantages of being in nature. Like not being on your phone, for example. Your phone is not necessarily bad for your health, but nowadays we have less and less time to think, to be alone with ourselves, to reflect, and being outside helps you a lot to do that, because obviously if you're outside you won't be on your phone. Maybe you'll listen to some music, maybe an audiobook, something like that, but you won't be able to watch TikTok or videos, and that can be great for your health and your mental health, especially because you let time to your brain to process things outside of your sleep. Like, I always give this example, but why do you think that people enjoy so much being under the shower? Why do they tell you that's where I get my best ideas? Why is like the time before you're going to sleep the best time where you have all of these ideas, you are thinking a lot and you can't go to sleep? That's because during the day you're so stimulated, you're always doing something, watching something, listening to something, and when you're in the shower, when you're going to sleep, that's when your brain has time to breathe and to think. And by going outside every day and being calm in nature like this, you're setting time where your brain can breathe and think outside of the shower and outside of just before going to sleep. So that's also great for your mental health and everything. I think it's quite an underrated thing. Like, people underestimate how important it is for you to have time to actually think and process what happens to you and your emotion, and giving yourself that time really allows you to regulate your emotions, to process things, and to have a better mental health. Now, me personally, I have other reasons, like nature is fucking beautiful. So just being outside and looking at the grass, the mountains, the blue sky, everything like that are things that make me happy and that I wouldn't give up for anything else during my days. I really enjoy this time where I can look to just, life, not like fake things, but real things that are really beautiful. Sometimes I see animals, sometimes I see a beautiful flower. It really allows me to, as I said in the last point, calm down and be in the better mood, which is in relation to my next point, because my next point is attention. Like, as I said before, it's a bit similar as the phone, but we're doing so much things at the same time now, like being on our phone, listening to something while doing something else. And that's common knowledge now that our attention spans are fucked. Like, most people, they can't concentrate more than 20 minutes. It's really difficult for them to do things that they don't want to do, or even to just concentrate on anything at all. And again, being outside in nature allows you to take this time where you can just concentrate on your surroundings. You don't have 1,000 things to do. There is not 1,000 things that happen in front of you. And this time is really precious because, again, it trains you to be calmer, to look at little things, to see the little bugs, to see the flowers, the nice landscapes and things like that. So being outside also has helped me a lot to regain my focus. Not only that, but it plays a huge part in it. And look at just how beautiful that is. Last thing, and maybe the most important thing of all, is sustainability. It's super easy to be healthy when you're young, you have great recovery, you've got no responsibilities, you just have to move, you eat fairly good, and you'll be in good shape. But when you get older, you have more responsibility. Maybe you've got a family, you've got a job, you need to earn some money, your recovery is worse, it's harder for you to do as much exercise as you did before. Everything is a little bit harder, and one of the big points of health is how can you stay healthy when you're older, because it's nice to be healthy when you're young, but you also want to be healthy when you're older. So in order to do that, you need to build habits that are super sustainable. You need to have a base of health and healthy things that are super easy to do and that you can do for a long time, forever. And as I might have told you before, walking, for example, not even being outside, but walking 8,000 steps instead of 4,000 decreases your chance of all-cause mortality by like 50%, something like that. And walking this amount, 8,000 steps, is not that hard. It's doable on a daily basis for everyone. Taking this habit when you're young, and even if you're old, taking this habit right now, it's never too late, to walk every day outside, taking this fresh air, this sunlight, and walking these 8,000 steps. So you'll be able to do it when you're very old. And even if you're 80, 90, if you don't have like real handicap problems, a lot of elderly people are still able to walk. And it has such great health benefits, as I said during all of this video, that it's crazy that it's doable for everyone. Like, it's not something that's hard to do. It's low effort. You won't injure yourself, or it's very hard to injure yourself. You don't need a lot of recovery. Everyone can do it. It's free. And it's one of the best exercises you can do for your health. And you can do it all your life. That's why it's important to take this habit, because in addition of all of these health benefits, it's also super sustainable and super easy to do for all your life. Please tell me in the comments if you enjoyed this video. It's quite hard for me to do, honestly, because as you see, my English is not as good as I wanted to yet, and doing it while walking, looking around, looking at the camera and remembering a bit what I wanted to say, it's not an easy task, but I tried my best. So please tell me if you enjoyed it. Also, you can subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video. I'm putting 1 or 2 videos out a week and 1 short every day, so if you enjoy this kind of advice about health and things like that, please subscribe. You can check the link in the description for my newsletter. It's 2 emails a week, also advice and step-by-step guides on how to improve your health. So if you enjoyed this video, please go check that out. Thank you so much for staying until the end. I'll see you next time. Stay happy.